Good morning, everyone. I'm Saverio Pesapane. I'm the director of Mirny Mining Town.
Yeah, and I'm Fabian Diering from Molly Aida film based in Berlin.
It's been a long time since I made my first trip in Russia. I've always been fascinated by that world. I believe former Soviet Union countries contains the most incredible stories of our time, because the change these people experienced 25 years ago in their life and in their systems of value, it's unprecedented in modern times, at least. When 10 years ago I first saw this picture, the picture of Mirny, I was really incredibly attracted by this place. Mirny is a mono town. It's a town that born just because they found diamond there. What you're looking at, it's the biggest diamond mine in the world, and it's the biggest excavated hole in the world. And so until 2001, it produced a huge amount of diamonds, and then the mine closed. For me, from the very first time, that hole was the physical representation of the hole inside the life of these people. And when I first went in Mirny, I learned about the coexistence and sometimes conflictual coexistence of two worlds, the Russian industrial attitude and the Yakut, the local people, connection with the nature and with the surrounding area, because Mirny is in the middle of one of the biggest forests of the world, the taiga. And in September, I realized some research footage, and I would like to show you to introduce the characters.
Привет, ты уже здесь?
О, привет.
Давно ты здесь?
Да нет, не очень. Лёша,
Да.
что-то случилось, да?
This is the story of Boris. Boris is half Yakut, half Russian guy, as you can see, and is ready to leave. He's in the process of leaving his hometown, Mirny, for the first time. He's a kind of contemporary guy. He's really into computer culture, and he sees the projection of himself in a few years out of Mirny, in the continent. Because the way the people of Mirny calls the rest of Russia, and I would say the rest of the world, is the continent, like they were an island. And about this choice, he's very convinced, but he feels a lot of pressure around him from the parents and the expectation that also the girlfriend puts on this choice. And sometimes it just takes some time to go to breathe, as he says, to go in front of this hole just to have a moment, let's say, a moment to find himself. And it's something that a lot of people do in the city, but they don't choose the hole as the place to breathe. They choose the taiga, the forest. Boris weren't in taiga since 10 years, since his father died there. But when the brother of his girlfriend gets lost in the taiga, and it's something that happens very often in that environment, he decides to join a search and rescue team. It's also his way to say goodbye to that place, to his hometown. And during this search and rescue team journey, he starts to self-confident in that environment, and he gets lost. And so he experiences a moment of pure desperation, because as the people there say, taiga is a serious thing. You don't mess with taiga, you can very easily die because you get eaten by some wild animals or because of the cold. Winter there is -50, and Boris understands that he has to face a night at open air. And in some way he finds the physical and mental force to build a shelter for himself, that it's the only way you have to survive a night. And after this night, when he wakes up, and after a night like that you wake up with something, with an headache that really destroys your head, he experienced something that he already experienced in his past, but he forgot. He see the presence, a mental projection is on his back, and he see the presence of a whole Yakut shaman. It's a kind of spiritual guidance that he has in his past that he lost. The shaman is not there to teach him something. The shaman is there to make him remember, and he start again to feel like belonging to that place, and he is also able to find the lost guy. When he go back to the city, to Mirny, everything looks at him differently. The city itself looks at him very different, and now he starts to remember. And when his flight is approaching, he's ready to leave. But we see the airport, this kind of strange, crappy airport that they have, and a voice is calling. The flight is ready, but a voice is calling Boris' name, because Boris is not there. Boris will never take that plane. After this scene, we see someone coming from the taiga to the hole. It's very strange because you don't go to taiga just walking, you drive there. But this man, we understand that the appearance, or even maybe the way he walks is very similar to the old shaman that was the Boris mental projection. And when he's in front of the hole, like we saw other times Boris do, we see his face. And it's Boris, long beard, years passed. He didn't go in the continent. He went to a journey of self-education, and he came back to Mirny as a contemporary shaman. Thank you.
Yeah, just some short comments from the producer side. We're working on this project for 3 years now. We've been in Moscow at Art Doc last year where we presented it. We found a Russian co-producer with Ethnofound. We've been in contact with the Siberian Film Commission. We are very aware of, we need an understanding of the Russian situation, so we have a fully Russian team that we will work on with. And we're in contact with, we've been in Mirny for 3 weeks, so we came back just 2 weeks ago. And yeah, we feel pretty prepared for this challenge and adventure, and looking forward to go there. Thank you.